So this is what I put up with on the weekends and during the week too. Actually, it's any given time they want to. If it ain't the nitwits downstairs throwing furniture around, smoking weed, and it's coming up through my floorboards, it's this nitwit and her boyfriend back here beating the crap out of each other. They just stopped hollering for a minute. It picks up again, but yeah, it's better than cable. So I got it hooked up to my big TV now. I got it on my small screen, and I got it on my phone. I'm just recording with my tablet. But you can hear them screaming and hollering. Now, again, like usual, it starts out in the apartment. I can hear it in my living room. I'm like, who's screaming, right? It's muffled. You can't hear what they're saying until they step out in the hallway, which is inevitable with these two. I think right now he's packing his stuff or beating her around the room, one or the other. I can't really tell what part. He's hollering again. And it's not just that the walls are thin, it's they scream talk, they stomp, they do everything to make noise above and beyond what should be allowed. You know what I mean? So now look there. Now I can hear this in my living room. And I keep complaining to the landlord and to Carson Valley, who just allows us to go on. I mean, I know Carson Valley has nothing to do with that, but I'm telling them so they get on the landlord. Now this is live. This one's recording right now. Oh. So I don't know if he hit her or slammed the door or he did something. And this goes on. I don't know how long this video is we're watching. I could say maybe 17, 20 minutes, something like that. Usually their fights last about 45 minutes. And it's every other day. Varying times, but every other day. And when they're not, fighting, it's drug traffic in and out all night long. From 11, maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night all the way. Last night they went till about 4 this morning. And I'm talking loud talking like this all night long until 4 in the morning. They weren't fighting, they were just partying. Now they're fighting. And I try to tell BJ, the landlord, what's going on. And, you mean the girl in apartment 2? No, dip crap. It's always been this girl in apartment 4 causing most of the ruckus. The people, for the most part, downstairs are quiet. They're very quiet. They don't bother nobody. It's the pot smoking that bothers me. I wish they'd just blow it out a window, buy a fan and suck it out the window. Please, that's all I'm asking, common courtesy. They will for a while, then it starts all over again. So I have to keep complaining to the landlord about that. I have asthma and I'm a teetotaler. I don't want to smell it. They don't want to smell my feet and funk. Why? You want me to throw my dirty underwear and socks in front of your door? How would you like to smell that? Well, I don't want to smell your weed smoke. It's pretty much common courtesy, right? I'll keep my underwear and socks to myself, and you keep your weed smoke out the window there, Willie. What, Mr. Nelson, blow it out a window. That's me coughing. Now, it's not that my underwear stink or my socks, but the point is, that's the point. I don't want to, if I had stepped into a bar to have a drink, and everyone has met this kind of person that drank in a bar, the guy that comes right up to you and he puts his mouth 6 inches from your nose and, hey, buddy, what happened? And breathes all that crap crap breath and liquor breath in your... That's the kind of common courtesy I'm asking. Look, 6 feet, please. Then you can holler all you want. Now that's them. Sounds like he's breaking the front door again. That sounded like glass breaking. I have no idea what that was. At one point, I heard him mention a gun, too. My brother and a gun, something like that. But, of course, nobody's going to do nothing about this until there's a dead body laying on the floor. Then, oh, we should have did it. Why didn't you tell us? I've been telling you. Been telling you this is going on. I even stopped a cop downtown in the street, a black Pottstown police officer. Told him what was going on in the building. Gave him my address. Gave him my phone number. I said I have a YouTube page. Here we sit. So I've exhausted all avenues of trying to... You know, at first I felt sorry for this girl, but she invites these snakes in. If the snake bites her, you knew he was a snake. Why do you have him in your house? It's that simple. And if he bites me, I'm suing the landlord and anybody else I can get away with suing. Because I've told everybody across the board, including the township. So it's August 9th, 2024. Right now, it's approximately that time at the bottom of the screen. I don't know what time it is actually, though. Well, we can get the time before I shut off. There he is at the door, I think. Yeah, there he comes with his stuff. I'm moving out again this week for the 7th time. He does an awful lot of moving. Then he's back 3 days later, and they start arguing again. You think one of them would put their heads together and go, you know what, this relationship ain't going where I really want it to? There you go. See you later, guy. Hey, don't set that in my hallway. There you go. Bye-bye. Bye, Bonds. I'll buy a ticket to Reno. I don't care where you go. Bye. Oh, what was that? Did he throw his fan down the steps? Probably. It looked like a fan box. I don't know what was in it. I have him on a video yelling, give me back my weed. I bought it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Now she's calling him a bum and all kinds of other crap. I'm like, oh my God. You couldn't afford to pay for this and you couldn't afford to pay for that. So basically, you're a hooker that just has him around for sex and to pay your bills. That's basically what she's saying there through so many words or less. I didn't hear him leave. I think he's on the steps yet. I don't know how far this has to go. Oh, there he is again. He must have brought a lot of stuff over this time. Last time he broke her laptop. And then 2 nights ago, they were in the hallway arguing quietly, actually quieter than usual, but you could still hear him arguing, and he broke her phone. So, yeah, it must be replaced on a lot of items quite frequently. I hope they find a bargain place where they can replace all this stuff. Oh, to be young and in love again. Oh. I learned a long time ago. Long time ago. Any good relationship lasts 6 months. Once the fighting starts, that means the cops are coming. It's time to skate. Bye. See you later. Because once them cops come, they're taking the girl's side no matter what happens. You could be standing there bleeding from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, and they'll still take you to jail. And that should tell you, like I said, that's not a relationship you want to have over and 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 over again. So yeah, you're a psychopath just for being in a relationship like that, and this happening 7 times a month. Now, didn't she leave? I thought she left. They must have come in the back way. There is fire escape doors. Now that you can hear me running water. I'm out in the kitchen now. And again, I can hear all this going on. I'm just like, oh my God, please, no gunshots. And again, I felt sorry for her at first. Like, he punched her in the face one time, and she was crying so bad. My face, my face. I don't feel sorry for her no more. You know what I mean? I'm almost ready to root him on because she's an arrogant, ignorant idiot. Oh, he mad this time. I'm out. Get out my way. I'm taking my toaster oven, my electric fork, knife, spoon with me. My Reeboks, Xbox, whatever else I have in box form, I'm out. See ya. But, you know, I mean, it's funny. I try to make a joke out of it, but it's dangerous. What if, like, again, I'm 60 years old. What if I'm coming up the steps right now with groceries? I don't want to encounter this. And it's not a matter of being afraid. It's concern. You know what I mean? I don't want to get involved in this. I don't want to be thrust into it. I don't want it thrust upon me. Take your fight inside. Beat her around the room like a tennis ball indoors. Keep it out the hallway. If one must beat her around the room like a tennis ball. Do it privately. Let's parade it right up and down High Street. Like every other sin is paraded nowadays. He don't give a, you know what. Sorry for the foul language. And this is right in front of my door. And this is what I keep trying to show the landlord, but nobody listens. Nobody cares. No human being, and I consider them animals. They're less than animals. They should be in a barnyard doing this. They're not indoor creatures. And I don't care what their color is. They could be white and doing the same thing, and I'd still say they're animals. They don't belong living in a domicile, in a building, doing this to other people. Manners of a goat. That's what I say they have, and it's her too. I mean, she is the most arrogant, ignorant person I've ever met in my life. She'll stomp up and down the hallway with county shower shoes on, thinking she's queen of the trailer park. Clunk, 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 like a Clydesdale all the time. You know what I mean? Back and forth to her room, up and down the steps. Scream, talking at the top of her lungs. I don't think she has an indoor voice. She doesn't know how to do anything on the down low or whisper mode. So I say, hey, I started rooting for the bad guy. You know what I mean? When you can't, when the good guys are getting their butt kicked and they deserve it, but you got to root for the bad guy. So I'm sorry to say it that way, but I think he's an idiot too because he keeps coming back for Mo and Mo and Mo. So that's it. That just moved to the next video. I have the Three Stooges on there, and I'm sure you don't want to see that. So hold on a sec. So this is the kind of stuff I capture on the daily here. You know, I can't capture them like throwing furniture around downstairs. That's new. That just started when the landlord had to talk with them about... the one day I went out and got a package out of the mail. I got an Amazon package delivered, but it came USPS, United States Postal Service. And I was waiting for it out front. And the girl down below me that smokes the weed and has all the drug traffic... came out. She was getting an order of food at like 11 o'clock in the morning, so I guess she ordered lunch out. Gave me the dirtiest look you could ever give a human being. If looks could kill, I would have been dead 3 times. That's how nasty she looked at me. And I'm like, what? And I turned around and I said, good morning. And I turned back around and I looked at her face and I went, oh, maybe it's not. That's what I said to her, or, you know, said out loud to the air. And I stepped up onto the step and checked my mail and continued to wait for my package because I wasn't going to let her ruin my day. I don't care what bugs up her butt. That's the problem, you know. So it was most likely the landlord and me telling the landlord about the weed smoking and the nighttime traffic. So she's part of it too. And these two are French. This girl in room 4 does get down to apartment 2 or 1, whatever whatever's right below me, whatever apartment's right below me. So they're in cahoots. And they're, like I said, if I had to pick and choose one, I could always put a fan in my window in my middle room and suck the weed smoke out that comes up here. But they gave the whole building bed bugs. They're just trashy, and even the bug guy was up here going, "Oh my gosh, she has them kids sleeping on dirty mattresses covered in bed bugs." I'm like, he said I had to make the kids leave the room so I could spray. And I'm like, ooh, again, I'm not. It's not a judgment call, but you got to start feeling sorry for them kids, because not only are they breathing in all that THC from the weed, which I think they should be old enough to make a choice whether they want to smoke weed, not forced upon them. You know what I mean? And number two, if you could afford weed 4 times a week, you could buy the kids bunk beds and get them up off the floor. You can buy some bug spray. You can buy, you know what I mean? Come on now. But it seems like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they smoke weed, and then you'll smell cooking. You know what I'm saying? So they smoke weed before they eat, and then at night you'll smell it at least once. So, yeah. And then in between that, they're rearranging furniture the rest of the night. I don't know what the heck they're doing down there. It sounds like Thursday Night SmackDown. Boom, boom, thump, boom. And then it'll stop. And then a half an hour later, 15 minutes, boom, boom, bang, boom, in a different room. And I'm like, what the heck is going on down there? So I don't know if she's chasing bed bugs and squishing them. I don't know what she's doing down there, but... Now, the building has been sprayed, and we dealt with the bed bug situation. I never had them up here. I don't know if it was too warm for them to climb up the steps, the pipes, or whatever, but I never got bit once up here, so it was all downstairs, the bed bug situation. But the landlord still sprayed my apartment 3 or 4 times anyway, you know what I mean? Which I appreciate. I don't want to get bit. But long story short, and I'm not trying to gossip, I'm not trying to tell tales out of school, I'm trying to say this is traumatic. I don't want to deal with this. I'm 60 years old and want to be left alone. And I mean serenity-wise. I don't want to see it, taste it, touch it, feel it, or smell it. If I have to, if any of that gets involved, I have to say something to the landlord. These are my retirement years. I want to, campfire and a Willie Nelson song, you know what I mean? Nope, you get Tom and Jerry in the hallway, running around like, the Three Stooges, clunking one another over the head with a mallet. I mean, come on, man. Grow up. So, and then when you, getting that, I don't have to buy weed because I can, just breathe the air in and get a contact high. Which most people would probably say, what's wrong with that, man? At least you ain't buying it. But you understand what I mean? If I want it, I'll go out and buy my own. I don't want it. That's the whole point. I'm trying to maintain a healthy sobriety and a sober lifestyle. But it's like, having a drug dealer living right next door to you, knock on the door all the time and wave a bag of Coke in your face, Get out of here. Peer pressure. Not that I ever smoked weed. I'm just saying it's a pain in the butt. You quit drinking and then move it into a room adjacent to bar or upstairs or below it. You know what I mean? Why would you move into a bar as a sober person? You wouldn't. Exactly. That's my point. So my sister thinks I'm a Karen for mentioning all this stuff, but it's usually the people that wouldn't put up with this kind of stuff to begin with. They'd either move or do something about it. When it's them, you know what I mean? And you can call me a Karen all you want, but you move these people to your couch and see how you put up with it. See how you like it. And if you say you wouldn't, well, that's the whole point I'm trying to make. Neither do I want to, I don't want to see it, taste it, touch it, feel it, or smell it. Leave me alone. Your rights end where mine begin. You do not have a right to intrude upon my sanctity, my sanity, my smell, my sight, my hearing. You get it? So, I'm not trying to be a Karen. I'm trying to say, what the hell is going on here? Somebody needs to fix this. It's broke. It needs to be, tweaked. So there you go. That's all I'm saying to that. Another fight. Oh, it's August. What time did I say it was? This fight occurred about. I can't even grab my phone. No multitasking here. It is now 4 something, 4:29. I would say around 3 o'clock, about an hour ago, maybe a little. Yeah. Oh, it's 4:19. It looks like. Again, I'm blind. Don't quote me on that, but it is August 9th. You can see it on my phone, and that looks like 4:19. So approximately an hour and 15 minutes ago, this was live, coming to you live, Pottstown, PA, home of the Wackadoos. So there you go.